Circle graphs. A circle graph or pie chart is a graph that shows how parts of the data are related to the whole or related to each other. You can quickly compare and see that something is twice as much as something else, or it's only about a fourth of the total and that sort of thing.
I don't have my math certificate, and everyone's my law.
Right now we just need this, so we're good for right now? Oh, you don't have your table of contents. We'll deal with that in a moment. So yeah, a circle graph is divided into sections to represent portions of the data called sectors. And we used to actually take out our protractors and create circle graphs by figuring out how many degrees each sector would have to be by using percent of a number. Does anyone in here know how many degrees are in a whole circle, all the interior angles going all the way around? 360 degrees. So if I knew I wanted a section of my circle graph to be 10%, I would measure it 36 degrees. 20%, I would measure it 72 degrees and such. And we would actually measure those out. And now they just figure computers are going to do it for you. But as far as the percent part, the sum of the percents that each sector represents, what do all of the percentages need to add up to? Let's do it all together. 100%. Beautiful, 100%. That was lovely. So, I wrote something else here. Oh, the percents. And I put it in parentheses because you might just focus on 1% of the graph, or you might look at more than one. Of a circle graph could be used to find the amounts that add up to the total, because you're going to be dealing with percent of a number. I have, 30% of, in this case, my total budget. So go ahead and try out the two problems following this circle graph on your notes. What percent of the budget goes towards other, and then how much is put into savings each week? So at the top in the title of the graph, it tells you how much they have per week, so that then you can break it up into the different categories. First, who can tell me what percent of the total budget goes towards other? Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Hand raised, standing.
Oh, 10%.
10%. So 10% of all of it goes towards other. That's part of our focus back in Unit 1, that all of it together has to add up to 100%. So if there's some numbers missing, then you could figure out what's missing, or you could base it on comparing it to the right angles and all that stuff. Remember that? Anyway, now the percent of a number part. How much is put into savings each week? So how do we figure that out, Olivia?
How to figure it out?
Yeah, how do we figure that out?
So, you find 10% of the.
Oh, well, what percent is going to go into savings?
Oh, you want to know. Percent?
What percent goes into savings?
30%.
30%. And then what was the total? 30% of what?
250.
So we want to find 30% of $250. She was going to get us the whole way there by saying, oh, she used 10% and tripled it. Other people might take your $250 and multiply it by 0.5, or $250 times 3/10. So no matter which strategy you go with, how much gets put into savings each week?
$75.
$75.